Yeah, I know. I'm way behind in my recording. Here's the thing, as you should know by now, I recently started a new job. And I did not have time last week to do a video because I was working evenings and was pretty much came home at 11, slept, got up, did some editing, went to work. Came home, slept, got up, did some editing, went to work. By editing, I mean for my book, not for my videos. Last week, 2 weeks ago I did that. Last week I was working days. And while I did have time kind of after work to do videos, I was just extremely wiped when I came home. Now I'm working nights this week, which is weird because it's from 11 p.m. till 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Or instead of starting at 11 p.m. Sunday, you start at 11 p.m. Monday and work 7 hours on a Saturday instead of 1 hour on a Sunday. I don't know why. Maybe it has something to do with the bus schedule in Hamilton. I don't know, but it seems a bit odd. But then again, this entire workforce, this entire job seems odd. For one, they dock you for your lunch, which I think is fucking bullshit. Most jobs I've had, you work if you're there 8 hours, you get paid 8 hours. Now my job at Salvage, they did not pay you for your lunch, but what they did is just have you work an extra half hour, which again, I think was fucking bullshit. Like, how cheap do you have to be not to pay an extra half hour for your guy's lunch? They're there at work, throw him a bone, you cheap bastards. But anyways, this place, despite me being there 40 hours a week, they only pay for 37 and a half. And they don't pay that much to begin with. The cheap bastards, but anyways, yeah. Typical of them, I know. So, and another thing is, despite me being told that this is a very fast-paced job, it ain't. The machine I work, I pretty much crush big bricks of hard candy, feed it through a grinder. It goes through it shoots through a system downstairs, and they pack it for. Truth be told, I don't know, I don't care. I'm a type 1 diabetic, it's candy. And this is, I've never heard of Karma Candy before, but, I'll tell you this much. Everyone else has. The reason being, Karma Candy pretty much makes cheap budget candy and dollar store candy. If you've ever bought at Walmart or whatever the great value lollipops and suckers during Halloween season, well, that's us. And while I've seen boxes labeled Warheads, which I have seen at the dollar store, we're doing this, despite it being, end of July, me starting mid of July, we're preparing for a bloody Christmas crush. Almost 6 months, maybe 6 months away from Christmas. So many days a month: July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah. 6 months away from Christmas, and we're already preparing candy canes. Now, I don't work the candy cane line, possibly because they want me there permanently. When I applied for this job, I thought I was applying directly there through Indeed or whatever the job site is called. I usually avoid. Actually, no, I do use job sites. I usually avoid the post your resume job sites. But anyways, yeah, I applied directly to the factory from Indeed, and the interview was directly with HR from the factory, but they hire for a temp agency, and pretty much said if contracts for 3 months, and if after 3 months you do a good job, they might hire you permanently. They promise, well, at least HR said there's lots of room for advancements, and they promise that, but judging by the job postings, advancement ain't enough. For one, even if you work there full time, not with a temp agency,
everyone on the left more. On me. Stay out of the lights.
You're not exactly getting paid that much above the temp agency, and the temp agency barely pays above minimum wage. I think it's like $11.89 an hour, and I think minimum wage is $11.85 or $11.50. I don't know, but it's pathetic. And I've seen the job postings they have according to their billboard in the lunchroom, which I've pretty much only recently started looking at out of sheer boredom.
Crouch behind the rocks and take it super slow.
And it ain't that much more. And especially considering the work they're doing, it's pathetic. Like, I don't know specifically what the jobs are, but it's like machine operator, spinner, shit like that. Now, I was, despite me not operating the machine, say for the occasional CNC machine at salvage to feed my end of the job site, the buffing room. When I started my job at salvage, I was labeled machine operator. Everyone who starts at salvage, unless they works for the temp agency, was labeled as a machine operator, and the starting wage was above $14 an hour. I think it was above $14.50 an hour. I'm like, maybe not much, around $14.50, give or take a few nickels and dimes. Where this job, a machine operator, which is really not that much difference than a machine operator working at salvage, it's very repetitive, boring work. You just pretty much work a machine, press buttons, make sure it comes out right. Work the machine, press buttons, make sure it comes out right. And here at this factory, a machine operator actually looks like it's even harder work than a machine operator at salvage. Because for one, it's candy, it's food, and you have to make sure it's quality control. which again sounds like, you know, quality control at a gun factory. You'd think it would sound, it would be better, but here it's, quality control is, worse because, for one, the, whatever it is you're feeding to the machine has to be exact. If it's a little bit too warm, or a little bit too soft, or a little bit too hard, well then it's going to fail. Where versus Savage, it was... Did that alien seriously open the door? Anyways, at Savage, it was, you know, you did your specs and the like, and made sure everything was up to par. But generally speaking, at Savage, the stuff feeding your machine, which you got from someone else, was pretty much guaranteed to be up to specs, where here, everyone's whining, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad, and machines, or at least my machine, well I shouldn't say my machine, the machine I feed downstairs. As I said, I have my machine on the second floor, and it feeds to, through a chute into a machine on the first floor. That machine on the first floor is always breaking down. Always. And it's because of the filters, and it's also because, for once, machine, all the machines there are working not just 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. They're working 24 hours, 5 days a week, plus an extra 8, because they work overtime on Saturday. These machines desperately need maintenance. It's just, you know, if you're constantly working a machine, it's going to need a little bit of TLC. These machines just get no TLC. They're always breaking down. It's why this job is just so, you know, long. Because, again, the machine I feed downstairs is always breaking down. Now, on Friday last week, for the first half of the day, it was consistent, and by consistent, I really mean consistent, relatively speaking. It would work for a while, like maybe 10, 15 minutes. Then break down, and I'd have to wait for an hour or a while. And then we'll just keep,
There's no way we're gonna take down 2 APCs between the 3 of us.
repeating that process. Most days, when I'm working this machine, it's a, first off, I wait, like, well over an hour for the machine downstairs to even start up. I know the machine is ready, versus when the, because there's a light that comes on telling me to, turn my end of the machine on that's already, and if that light is off, my end of the machine doesn't work. Now, and it takes like an hour
saying that.
of them to
Why?
Because you don't know what this feels like.
get the machine up and ready. I guess because last shift, just doesn't clean or change your filters and do the maintenance and shit like that. Now, my first day there, the machine was running smoothly, and I did like at least 10 skids of hard candy or whatever. And even then, my machine shut down, broke, and it needed maintenance because they gave me warm candy or hot candy, not telling me that I shouldn't be doing hot candy, and it clogged the grinder and it needed a repair. It's my first day and no one told me. They just gave me this bit of candy and told me to do it, and didn't even bother telling me. Is it my fault? Well, arguably yes, arguably no. It's my fault in that I, fed it, but it's what they gave me, and it's what they told me to do. So, again, I don't know fully whose responsibility it should have been. Is it my fault or is it their fault for not telling me? After all, I knew. It was literally my first day. They should have warned me, told me so. Anyways, I feel like this is going to be a short episode. I haven't even been recording for 18 minutes, and again, there's junk to break out at the beginning. I feel like we're yet again in another stealth area, so at least this stealth area seems a bit more better because it's, we actually have to focus on hiding and not being seen with the lights and the enemies, but, like, I have no idea. Oh. Okay, never mind then. Let's move on, shall we? But yeah. Okay, should have told me. This is today's candy. This candy is too warm and not ready.
One in the chamber, and that's
Don't
it.
use it.
Do you remember our agreement?
But they told me to use it, and then later on told me, no, you shouldn't have used it. Well, you told me to. And then after that, it's been, I go in, I look at the, stuff they want me to work at, and it'd be like, maybe 3 skids. I'm thinking to myself, oh my, okay, the first day I'm looking at this thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna have this done in like an hour, hour and a half. No. It takes me all day. Because that damn machine downstairs keeps breaking down. It doesn't break down and then start up and then break down and start. No, it breaks down for like half hour at least. Because they have to do a lot of maintenance by themselves.
Please. Trust me.
And then,
To extract the gestated life form.
it breaks down, and I have to wait. And as I'm waiting, I've got nothing to do.
The embryo will extract
Honestly,
from the host to construct the placenta,
most
but
of my
it's not like
8-hour
humans.
shift,
The placenta is like a weed.
when I'm working the machine, they usually have me work. Sometimes they'll have me do other stuff like, quality control or, cleaning the trays. The candy goes on. For some reason, they find this a very, important job, but they only trust me and some other guy to do it for reasons. I don't know.
I can't. Is it hot in
Like
here?
it's literally cleaning. It's pretty much produce. It's like doing dishes on a mass scale.
It's okay. Just
Well, apparently they find this very
close your
important,
eyes.
and they
Rain.
find me
Promise to
and
get
another
there when we
person
both
to be the only people trustworthy on our ship to do it. So I don't know. They'll have me do that occasionally, but most of the days I'm working the grinder, and most of the days I'm working the grinder, I'm literally just staring at a wall, waiting for a light to turn on. Staring at a wall, waiting for a light to turn on. Yeah, she died.
That was
We all knew she was going to die. Frankly, I'm a bit disappointed she didn't die sooner. I think it would have been a little bit more dramatic
Sulaco
if it was a,
2-1 with an update. Read.
you know,
O'Neill, Jesus, where have you guys been? What happened with
it happened during
That's
battle,
Reagan. Actual. We did not meet our mission for
and maybe the aliens weren't attacking her specifically because they know that symbiote or
requesting
xenomorph
hostage
or whatever it's
extraction
called. It's
from
been a very long time since I've seen the alien movies.
Just give us the damn orders, sir.
They knew it was inside her, and that was why they were leaving her alone. And it happened in battle. It was very dramatic, but no, it happens here. Right before they're thinking she's going to be saved, and by the way, I know they're talking, this is supposed to be a plot significant moment, but no, what? I'm trying to follow this story, and frankly, I just don't care. Ooh, armor. 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 You know, I must confess, when I upgrade my my weapons in this game, one of the things they have an upgrade they have is a suppressor. Now, a suppressor is pretty much also called a silencer, though it's, it's not really a silencer, it's a suppressor because it doesn't really silence it, it just makes it less loud. The only time you really make it not loud is when it's a less not less than lethal. What am I trying to say? Subsonic round, which is significantly weaker. That's the only way it will make almost no sound. But even then, most times there's a somewhat of a noise. Even if all it is just a okay, I know. I've heard I'm not talking about Hollywood movies. It's Hollywood movies and video games don't make silencers and suppressors sound like they actually do. They have that little blip, blip, blip or whatever, and it sounds very silent. But it's honestly not like that. It's either dead silent, and all you hear is a little bit of a whoosh if you're nearby the building flowing past, and the click of the firing pin if you're using subsonic rounds, or it sounds like still
These are scientists, not soldiers.
sounds like a gunshot or a firecracker, just less loud. It's not like in the movies where you go around and you shoot someone in one room and the person beside them or whatever doesn't hear them, or the room beside them doesn't hear them, or the person in the hall doesn't hear it. No, it's not like that. They hear it. It's still a noise. It still makes a bang. But, Hollywood is by no means real. It's, how did that guy not see me? Seriously. How? Okay, are they trying to treat these people, or are they trying to infect these people? I know in the comments I get the occasional mention that there's some sort of series behind this, I don't know if it's a book series, a mini series, a video game series, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on, despite me being an avid, liking Aliens, aside from the, trilogy, the I think I saw one of the Aliens versus Predator movies, and, they weren't that good. I know I saw the, two original Predator movies, I know, I like Predator, or at least I like the original Predator. The second one was had potential. I will say that. That's the second Predator movie. I think it starred Danny Glover. I don't know anything about celebrities, even the ones that I'm somewhat familiar with. I think it was Danny Glover. But, it had so much potential.
Take them down quick and quiet. We don't want any of them reaching the alarm.
And it just, failed. Anyways, it said do it quick and quiet, which means this is going to be a stealthy, part. Artist switch to start point. Oops, I'm ending it here. Take care, everybody. Have yourselves a good day. Or good night at this point.